Hi everyone, and welcome back to Eye on Harness Racing, sponsored by TrackMaster. I'm Heather Dodds. The spotlight this week is on Mohawk Racetrack in Ontario, where this Saturday night, 5 important stakes races will be held, led by the $1 million Pepsi North America Cup for 3-year-old pacers. A trio of Cup eliminations were contested this past Saturday night. In the first elimination, 2012 Pacer of the Year Captain Treacherous lived up to his billing, and 1 in 5 odds established by the wagering public by gunning to the lead heading to the half-mile marker and posting a 1:48.4 clocking, with a final quarter of 26.4.
But here outside comes Captive Audience, and Captive Audience is closing at him. Captive Audience on the outside trying to muscle right by. Inside Captain Treacherous, outside Captive Audience. Captain Treacherous on the inside, battles back to win the first Pepsi NA Cup elimination.
After the race, Captain Treacherous's driver, Tim Tetrick, commented on the race in an interview with Greg Gangle of the Woodbine Entertainment Group.
The Pepsi North America Cup in the books, Captain Treacherous, 1:48.4, driver Tim Tetrick. Tell me about the trip first of all. You won the front, no bones about it.
Yeah, I wanted to put him up close, let him do a little work and make sure he's tight enough for next week. And, you know, he did everything I asked him to do. I got a nice little second quarter breather and, you know, he marched on from there. Okay,
Captive Audience was coming at you down the stretch. You kind of had to go to work on your guy. Was there a point in time you thought you might go by?
You know, halfway down the lane, my horse was pacing pretty good, and then when he seen the other horse, he dug back in. And you know, he's kind of a lazy colt, and he kind of sometimes loses concentration. But once he sees a horse and has somebody to race him, he's all business.
In the middle elimination, last year's Breeders' Crown champion Rockin' Amadeus was favored, but he failed to fire and did not qualify for the final. Trainer Mark Austin's Fool Me Once went right to the front for driver Sylvain Filion and was not caught in a 1:48.1 mile, the fastest of the 3 eliminations.
Fool Me Once on the inside for Filion, kicks away by a pair of lengths. Again running out in deep stretches, Rockin' Amadeus, shooting through his Martini Hanover. Wake up, Peter. Fool Me Once. Huge!
Won the front, and you got down the quarter and en route to victory.
Well, I didn't really want the front, but I mean, I got.
You're glad you got it?
Yeah, I got locked in last week. I was just hoping it wouldn't happen tonight, you know. And he raced so big last week, I had no room. When I finally got room late, he was flying.
The third and final elimination saw heavily favored Vegas Vacation take command on the backstretch for driver Scott Zeron.
Zeron pops the plugs. Vegas Vacation on top by a length and a half. Here's Odds on Aquilius on the outside giving his best. Still there, Vegas Vacation. Odds on Aquilius chasing for second. Vegas Vacation to win the third Pepsi North America Cup elimination by a length and a half.
After the race, Greg Gangle caught up with driver Scott Zeron and trainer Casey Coleman.
You cleared to the half in 54 and en route to victory.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see what they were going to do up front, and just when Anthony grabbed a hold to let Jody clear in front, I decided to not double mine up and just make that move, and we got strung a little bit, but the half in 54, and then I was able to back it off the 3/4 pole. And down the lane, when I spoke to mine, Odds on Aquilius was, he's clearly back to himself, and he gave me a good run, and I was just happy with the way mine went across the wire.
Horse is 4 for 4 this year. He's been put on the front a number of times. Is he better from off the pace?
Oh, he's way better off of a helmet, I mean, but when you're 1 to 9, and I just like to be patient with him at the beginning and have that helmet trip for the beginning portion and then make my move, and he could do it either way, so that's what makes him deadly in this final.
What was it about him that you got so high on him about?
Ever since day one, he's just been awesome. Since he's never really had any bad days. He's always not been smart, as I've always said in the past. He's not a smart horse, but saying that, he's getting a lot smarter this year. We gelded him very late. I was so high on him, I did not want to geld him, and I waited as late as I could, and finally I said it's going to cost me money. I got to geld him.
Here is a complete field for this Saturday's North America Cup at Mohawk. We are pleased to once again this year welcome back TrackMaster as a sponsor for Eye on Harness Racing. TrackMaster's Harness Pro is the most unique and powerful harness handicapping tool available on the market today. There is no software to download or install. Simply handicap from any PC, Mac, or tablet computer using a web browser. Visit TrackMaster.com to become a Harness Pro. TrackMaster will be providing us with their Platinum Picks for the Eye on Harness Racing Race of the Week. Here are this week's TrackMaster Platinum Picks for the North America Cup.
Harness handicappers, this one's for you. TrackMaster Harness Pro is the most unique and powerful handicapping tool dedicated to harness racing on the market today. It's a combination of all the features found in sophisticated handicapping software, all conveniently presented as a web-based, all-in-one handicapping utility. The only product you'll ever need. TrackMaster Harness Pro has these exclusive features: top performers, graphs, power ratings, sortable statistics, PDF race programs included, TrackMaster is your complete source for harness racing information. TrackMaster Harness Pro for the serious player.
The newest segment to our show is Paul's Paddock Picks, featuring USTA Internet News Manager Paul Ramlow. Paul gives us his insight into Saturday's North America Cup. Hi, Paul.
Thanks a lot, Heather. Welcome to this week's edition of Paul's Paddock Picks. Taking a look at this Saturday's North America Cup, I hate to be a total chalk player, but it's hard to go away from the three elimination winners, Captain Treacherous, Fool Me Once, and Vegas Vacation. After all, 16 of the 29 North America Cup winners also won their elimination. However, if you want to go off the board, there is one horse I think you ought to take a look at, and that's Twilight Bonfire. He was a fourth place finisher at his elim, making him the last horse to qualify for the North America Cup final. He also had his name drawn as the last one into the field, yet still got the advantageous post position 5. But my pick for this race is Pacer of the Year, Captain Treacherous, and look for the 147-4 stakes record to fall. I'm Paul Ramlow for Paul's Paddock Picks.
It's only June, but already the sport has seen many exciting races with the top order trotters and pacers. In fact, if the early results are any indication, this could be one of the most exciting summers in recent memory for the free-for-all set. On Saturday at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, the world record for 4-year-old trotting stallions on a 5/8 mile oval was obliterated by star trotter Uncle Peter in the preferred trot. The son of Cantab Hall Victory Treasure, fresh off a second-place finish in the Maxie Lee at Harrah's Philadelphia, was made a 3-5 favorite from the 5-post in a 9-horse field and romped to victory in a time of 1:51.1.
Morrill hasn't asked him for anything here. Undercover strike's not going to get to him. Nobody's going to get to him here. Just watch the timer now. Uncle Peter by 3.5 at the end.
On Sunday afternoon, Tioga Downs featured the best free-for-all pacers in the sport with the $184,000 Roll with Joe for the boys and $156,000 Art Escape Pace for the girls. In the Art Escape Pace, a world record was equaled by Camille, part of a 4-horse entry for trainer Ron Burke. In the stretch, driver Matt Kakaley and Camille paced by Proclamation to win in 1:48.3. The mile equaled the world record for older mare paces on a 5/8 mile track, set by Southwind Tempo at Harrah's Chester in 2009.
6 and 7 wide on the outside. Here comes Camille. Camille on the outside. Matt Kakaley on the outside with Camille.
I'm not sure if people remember you started from the second tier and just matched the world record. So tell me how you were able to work your way to the front.
I followed Yannick all the way around there. They were going huge fractions, and it obviously set up for a horse from the back to close into it, and I was in a great spot.
Did you envision that you'd actually be able to work out a trip like that on paper when you were looking at this race ahead of time?
I figured I was going to follow Yannick anyway, and I just had to hope for big numbers, and they put the big numbers up for me.
Pet Rock took advantage of a front-end battle between Sweet Lou and Better Than Cheddar to prevail in the Roll with Joe. Pet Rock stopped the timer in 1:48.1, establishing a new track record for 4-year-old stallions at Tioga Downs and equaling the all-age track record.
On top, Better Than Cheddar. On the outside, it's Pet Rock coming on. Pet Rock foiled again, looking for daylight. Pet Rock.
Both of our big races today saw track records from the second tier, so tell us how you were able to work your way from behind to the front.
Actually, I got away pretty well. I think I got off like maybe 5th or 6th around the first turn, and just took my time moving up, and Better Than Cheddar popped out, which was great cover, took me right where I had to go, and the horse did the rest.
It's coming back. Back to the Track. America's chance to revisit all that's exciting about harness racing will be back this coming July. During the weekend of July 5th through 7th, your local harness racetrack will open its doors to welcome you back to the excitement or to introduce newcomers to one of America's greatest sports. Visit backtothetrack.com to see what you can expect on Back to the Track weekend.
Thank you for watching. And now you can catch us and other USTA videos just about everywhere you go, including iTunes, ustrotting.com, Facebook, and Twitter. Next week, we'll look back at the Pepsi North America Cup and ahead to some major races at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Join us for the next edition of Eye on Harness Racing.